This unique Mecca audio, man, from New York City. You know what I mean? I'm tapping in again on the young Brazy joint and, Honeycomb Brazy and everything that's going on, with the youth out there, man. Like I said, I'm only speaking on this because I'm really trying to enlighten the youth, man. So I hope y'all tune in and y'all really get to focus on what I'm saying, man, because this thing is crazy. I mean, the hood's raised us, man. Our environments. You know what I'm saying? Not blaming it on them because that's called mollifying when you make excuses or reasons or whatever titles you want to put on it for your actions, your upbringing or whatever. You know what I mean? But the hood plays a part. Yes, it starts at home. You know what I mean? It starts at home. That's why I'm taking responsibility as a father and as a man, for the condition of the youth, because I helped poison my community. You know what I mean? I'm not proud of it. That's why I'm apologizing publicly for it. And that's why I reached out to the other kingpins, from Harlem that was, accessible to let it be known that we apologize. You know what I mean? We know we made a mistake. You know what I mean? We didn't know it at the time, But what are you going to do? I mean, we all teenagers, and now we get a chance to make thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? When our moms could barely pay the rent. So what did you want us to do? Yes, go to school. Yes, get an education. All of that we should have did. But the people around us wasn't telling us that. We didn't see doctors and lawyers and politicians and all that growing up in the hood. We ain't see none of that. You understand what I'm saying? I grew up out in Jersey with my father. You know what I mean? And the neighbors where I was at, you know what I mean? They wasn't promoting going to school. I don't even know if there was a lawyer living next to me. I don't even know if there's a doctor living next to me. You know what I mean? So I'm saying this for all you doctors, lawyers, politicians, electricians, engineers, plumbers, mechanics. Talk to the youth around you. Start with the little ones from their 7 years old up, because from when they're 7, they're ready to become a man-child. Because we all remember what happened from we were 7 forward. It have to start with the youth. You know what I mean? Let them know who you are, what you're doing, and why and how you got where you at, which is from hard work. Not from selling drugs, not from running numbers, you know what I mean? Not from robbing, not from stealing, and not from taking from anyone. Much as someone's life. Look what's going on out there, man. There's no one talking to the youth. You can't hold the youth responsible for what they don't know because you can't hold us responsible for what we didn't know. Yes, we know right from wrong, but we don't know certain consequences, certain actions could trigger into certain things to make certain things explosive and deadly. And when it's dead, it's gone forever. We can't bring back the young man's grandmother and grandfather. We can't bring them back. But we can moralize them to let them know that this is a part of the ugly game. Because right now, the generation that came after me didn't have me and my homies. You know what I mean? And didn't have my homies to give them the wisdom that we have now. We didn't have it back then. So I'm not even going to sit here faking. I couldn't read, I couldn't write, I could count. I learned how to read a triple beam scale before I learned my ABCs. You understand what I'm saying? I knew how to broke down every pistol there is. Even the double action. You understand? The double action where you hit the trigger and the hammer at the same time. Pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? I mean, these are the things that we learn in the hood. Not proud of it. But that's what they taught us. And that's what it is. So that's why I'm speaking to the youth today, man. We have to love ourselves. Y'all start with that. Try and respect yourselves. And how you respect yourself, in my opinion, before you do something, you think. You think hard. Would I want someone to do that to me? You know what I mean? Would I want someone to do that to me? And if the answer is no, then don't do it. Stop it. We know those basic things. That's where I would suggest starting from. Because me, I didn't care who I heard. My mouth was wild. It was ferocious. You know what I mean? I said whatever came out my mouth, whatever came to my mind, it all came out my mouth. It was just like, yo, I do what I want to do. But that's because there was no one there to tell me what to do. So I felt my way around and paid attention and watched my elders. But now everything is done on the internet. So people is watching the internet to learn how to survive and how to grow and mature and elevate and become a man or a woman from the internet. We can fake and say no, but no. We go to the internet to learn everything. You know what I mean? But it's what we choose to stop at the internet. It's what we choose to learn and absorb and bring within our mind on the internet. Let's get this 100. We ain't going to play no games. We all responsible, but we all have to come together collectively. I'm taking my part. I violated my community. I raped my community, and I'm apologizing to my community and your communities that have trickled on to help. Because even though I hurt my community 26 years ago, a lot of people from my community moved to your community. The same people that I poisoned. And that's why I'm reaching out, trying to help the communities. That's why I'm speaking on all the way down there right now. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what it is. You know? Happy Hill Hood in Alabama. Please, young men, if you're watching this, tune in, man. And think about if you would want someone to do what you're about to do to the next person. Think if you would want someone to do to you, you know what I mean, to the next person. We know we don't want nobody to kill our grandmothers and grandfathers. I mean, come on, those is the beautiful part. That's the best part. That's the best part, watching them grow old. My mother's 85, be 86 in 2 months. And I'm looking forward to watching it because she's aging. And I see gravity and God doing what he do with her, you know, by slowly, she's deteriorating. But she's holding on because she held on for me to get out of jail after 26 years. And she told me, baby, I'm going to be waiting here until you get out. If you never get out, I will never die. That's what she used to tell me. My mother used to tell me she'd take my picture and hold my picture up in the mirror every morning, say a prayer, you know what I mean? Looking in the mirror, telling God to help her baby. You know what I mean? Life is hard. Life is hard. This is how it is in here, man. When I say in here, I mean in our heads, man. It's what's put in our heads that turn us into who we are and make us what we are. Don't forget that. Please don't forget that. Absorb positive energy. Seek out positive energy. When you go on to YouTube, it's cool to watch the gangster videos and hear about back in our era, all the, you know, coke and cars and girls and money and jewels and stories and movies. And all that is entertainment like The Godfather. So don't blame us. Don't blame our youth all the way. Talk about, oh, the rap music, this, the rap music, that. We know a lot of the rap music is poisonous. And a lot of the rap music is good. Just like a lot of the movies is poisonous. You know what I mean? Set It Off, Belly, The Godfather, Goodfellas, Scarface, Paid in Full. I can name a number of movies. And I like them all. But I look at it in moderation. I don't spend my whole every 24 waking day seeking out that type of entertainment or that type of knowledge because there's wisdom in that too. I don't spend my time absorbing, you know, a bunch of negativity. But yes, I watch it and yes, I listen to it and yes, I enjoy it. But I balance it out. So that's what I'm telling the youth to do. The YouTube is a big thing. I know there's a lot of things that you think about that you wish you knew how to do, that you would like to do or you would like to become. Do like I do. Grab your phone. This is my best friend. This is my girl, Siri. Tell Siri, yo, Siri, how do I become an engineer? Siri, I'm 26 years old. How do I become? Let's try it. Let's see what old Siri gonna say. Siri, how do I become a mechanic? I'm 22 years old. What do you suggest to help me? I'm stuck in the hood. Huh? Let's see what old Siri say. You know? See? Siri even suggested what I should do. That's what I do if I want to become a mechanic. Whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? Pick up this badass smartphone and tell it. Siri here to help you, man. That's my best friend. I've been going 26 years, don't know nothing about nothing. Yo, listen. Yo, Siri, how do I become a public speaker. Show me a video on how to become a public speaker. I'm 20 years old and I'm lost. That's it. It's that easy. You know what I mean? And Siri found this already. You know, Siri found this already. YouTube. Siri right there showing me how to become a public speaker. Whatever you want, Siri gonna help you with, man. So we can't sit here and say, oh, the music this, the music that, the internet this, the TV that. No, because they have positive information on those devices. We have to push our children, the youth, to seek out those things. If we don't show them this, we don't tell them this, what do you think they're going to do? Come on, man. Like, where do we go from here, man? Loyalty comes with helping everyone. Yo, God is going to make sure he give us a way and give us a path. He's going to put all types of roads down the path. These are 5 different roads, man. 5 different lanes that we could take. Good, bad, ugly, you know what I mean? Pathetic and disgusting. You understand what I'm saying? You could take either one. Or you could just go straight. Away from all of that. But it's your choice what you do. It's your choice what you do. So don't get it twisted thinking that, you know, somebody's going to give you something and make excuses. No, oh, I can't get a job. I did all that. I made them excuses. Oh, I couldn't get a job. I wasn't going to work for no $3.15 an hour. What I look like work with $3.15 an hour. These are all the things I said. But after laying in that cell for 26 years, I would have gladly took a job for $3.26 hours. $3.15 on the street. I would have gladly took that. But it took them laying me in a goddamn cage. And it took me over a decade before I woke up. So don't expect young Brazy. You understand what I'm saying? Don't expect Casanova. Don't expect any other young men that's making mistakes to know off the bat. Because we didn't know off the bat. Y'all old heads that's looking at this that want to say something. I'm an old head, so I ain't disrespecting nobody. You know, our old heads that's looking at this, we're going to stop making excuses today. We're going to stop making excuses today. Because we have to be loyal to our people. That's how we be loyal to ourselves. Because I'm going to do a whole nother video where I'm going to break it down because bottom line, this is what it is. If we don't save the youth today, in 26 years, our generation is going to be destroyed. We're already minorities. You know what I mean? I've been gone 26 years. Why I use the 26 year syndrome? Because I've been gone 26 years since I've been home. This is the new generation that I come home to, that I left behind, that I let down, that I dropped the ball on. And I come home to see grandmothers getting killed and grandfathers getting killed in their homes while they're sick. They're already sick. They're already fighting natural ailments. They don't need the youth to jump out there and do nothing to them. Come on, man. Stop it. Talk to them with me. We all in contact with the youth. We're someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that can help someone. So don't make no excuses. Let's leave the excuses alone. All right? Could we leave the excuses alone? We messed up. When we do wrong, we say we do wrong and we try and do better to try and overcome that and better that. And that's what it is. But like I said, if we don't help the youth today, in 25 years, we're going to really be extinct. In America, that is. You know what I mean? Because last I checked, we was 12% of the population. So we got the youth killing each other. And then we got the government and the states locking us up a mile a minute. You understand what I'm saying? So I wasn't there for 2.5, 3 decades. So I can't blame nothing on the youth. All I could do is blame it on myself and my comrades. Because we should have grew up sooner than later, even though some still haven't grown up. So I'm proud that I at least grew up later. But I'm here now, and I'm talking to you. And I'm hoping you feeling my words of wisdom and know what time it is, because you got to first know, understand, and love yourself before you can know, understand, and love anyone else. It all starts from within your core. You understand what I'm saying? Be true to yourself. You can say you love God, praise God, God this, God that, but unless your actions show that, you understand what I'm saying? He ain't going to see none of that. He ain't going to see none of that. He going to see you, but he's going to know you're not ready. I laid in jail 26 years. Every night I said a prayer, and every night I told God, yo, please let me go home this year. I did that for 26 years, 365 days in a year times 26. That's how many days I sat there and begged God to let me go home that year and never gave up. Never gave up. Because I knew God knew I wasn't ready. I felt I was ready, but I told God that night when I prayed for him to let me out that year, God, when you feel I'm ready to go home. But I feel I'm ready now. If it's something else I need to do to better myself, when I go home, please give me a sign. You understand what I'm saying? And a book fell off the shelf. You know what it was? The Holy Bible that I never even picked up, that was sitting in my cell, but I'm sitting here praying to God. A Bible that was left from someone else in my cell. I didn't even bring it in my cell. I just didn't want to throw it out because it was a Bible. When I asked God for a sign to let me know what I need to do to better myself so he'll be ready to let me out, the Bible fell off. So I interpret that to mean get wisdom. Because with wisdom comes religion. Because with wisdom, you know that there's somebody greater than you. It's a greater power than you. It's a greater power than you. So don't act like you don't know it. I grew up a 5%er. I self-lord and master. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I grew up. But as I studied and went on, I know that it's a higher power. Me and my other 5% of brothers is what make God, and us come together is what make the power the deity, which is Allah, which is A-L, the law, the deity, the power. So there's a higher power, and we all come together and we connect as one and make a chain link, and we move forward and make anything. We create the supreme arm, leg, head, and now we here. And then all of a sudden, we stop exercising our mind. The same very mind that came from an atom. The same very mind that came from an atom. You can't even see an atom. That's where we came from to create this supreme arm, leg, head. That's the 5 points to the star, man. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. And this is a message to not only the youth, to the elders that might not know where I'm coming from or might have forgot where I'm coming from. Because I've forgotten. So I'm not holding you responsible, big homie. Because I've forgotten. I slipped too. Let's keep that 100. I slipped too. You know, but I'm sitting here talking to you to let you know that I did 26 years in a cage, 5 years in ADX. They rushed and opened up ADX to bring me in there when we tore up Lewisburg, Lum Park, Terry Hut, Leavenworth. You understand what I'm saying? We tore those prisons up in 1995 fighting for the crack law, the very crack law that turned around to come and get us out of jail. And I'm not proud of those riots. But that's something that had to be done at that time from where my mind frame was at. I had to fight. I had to fight. And the only way I knew how to fight was with might. They had me chained up in traps, so I fought them as a man. You understand? And I won just for trying, but I lost because they broke me up and threw me in a cage for 5 years, man. Put me underground up in Colorado in the mountains. I couldn't even spell Colorado. I didn't even know where it was at. I just know Colorado from cowboy movies. And now they got me living in the basement, under rocks, underground. Because I fought them. But here it is 26 years, that brought awareness to what was going on with the mass incarceration and the amount of time that they was giving us, that it was excessive. Too excessive. It's what they label draconian. Draconian. Meaning the time, the amount of time is like prehistoric. How you expect a young man to do 80 years? How you expect a man to do 80 years? I know brothers that got 600 years, man. How you give a man 600 years? And say, oh, but I didn't give you the death penalty. This is what we're dealing with as minorities. You know? They went after the blacks with the crack. Now they're going after you young brothers with that RICO law. That's why I did the RICO joint about Casanova, because they're going to come try and pick all y'all up and throw you under a blanket called a RICO. It's a big blanket that's called a RICO, where they could put everybody in the same neighborhood or wear the same color or, or go to the same school and say the whole school's a RICO. They're investigating the ex-president Donald Trump of the RICO laws in New York City. So you're going to know more about this RICO law, because now they're even going at the president, because the president freed a lot of us like me. And a lot of other things he did, but I'm not one to judge, because I don't want nobody to judge me but Allah. So I can't judge the president. I can't judge the man that told on me. I can't judge none of that. So I separate all that and deal with myself as a man and deal with what I do. Take responsibility for what I do. You know what I mean? As long as the man take responsibility for what he did, alhamdulillah, that's between you and Allah now. But I can't judge you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about I grew up in an era where we had to wear bulletproof vests and shit like that, man. Like we in Beirut when we go in certain neighborhoods. I done ran all up in the South through Alabama, what's that, Augusta, Georgia, Columbus, Georgia, you know what I mean? Fairfield, Greenville. I done went everywhere. Not bragging, but just letting you know that I done been through hell, man. And I created these hells, because I didn't go down there to do right. I went to all those places to do wrong. Because I knew no better, but I knew it was money there, and I wanted money, so in any circumstance, by any means, I'm going to get the money. Because I was dead broke, and I was raised to go get what I want, go take what I want. But nobody raised me or showed me that it goes a further way with an education. With an education. I couldn't even spell education. I didn't want to hear nobody even mention education. Come on, dog. You see how twisted I was? I can admit that. But you think these young brothers, Brazy and them out there, see themselves as twisted? No. In their minds, they living by the code and by the rules, that govern them, that they was introduced to in the streets, that they was raised in. Because their fathers wasn't there. And I take responsibility for that, because I wasn't there for mine either. I got a son doing 29 years in jail, 29 years old, been locked up 9 years, going on 10 years. I ain't see that young man for not one birthday since he was born. You understand what I'm saying? I haven't even spent a birthday with my son since he was born. I broke my neck to get out here with my son. It took me 26 years to get out here. And then when I get out here, he's in jail doing 29 years. So by the time he get out of jail, me at 56, add a 29 on that. Well, he got 20 now. I'll be 76 years old when I get a chance to spend my first birthday with my last son. I'll be 76 years old when I spend my first birthday as a free man with my youngest son. I can sit here all day telling you trials and tribulations that I've been through and that we going through and we don't want the youth to go through. And I'm hoping that the youth hear this and understand this. All this came from me becoming a kingpin, becoming a legend, owning Club 2000, owning Mecca Audio, running up and down the highway, selling 25 keys a day in New York, selling 255 keys, down in Virginia. You know what I mean? And all this I already did time for, so I ain't bragging and boasting and none of that. I'm just telling you, I did all that, had all the money in the world, and still wasn't happy. And then they threw me in a cage and made me have to deal with myself and my own demons, the same demons that I ran from for all them years on the street, man. God made me face those demons. And I'm trying to prevent you to have to face your demons. Because the demons is what I created. If I would have did the right thing and went to school, I wouldn't have had to worry about that. I wouldn't have had to worry about none of that. But I chose to chase the bag, the illegal way. Not blaming on nobody, but nobody showed me the legal way. Like I said, I learned how to read a triple beam scale and a regular ounce scale before I knew my ABCs. You know what I mean? I went to Washington, D.C., where everything is set up by numbers. You know what I mean? Everything is set up by numbers in Washington. I mean, by letters. Avenue, J, D, B. I don't know to go left or right to go where I'm going. You put me in the middle of Washington and them streets and back then, and you tell me I'm on J Street to meet me over there on M Street, I wouldn't know to turn left or right. I had to have my brother write up the alphabet for me. You know what I mean? So if I'm driving down J Street and I'm looking for L Street, I look at the piece of paper that my brother gave me and I say, okay, L is this way. So what's the next street? So now I see the next street. When I see the next one, I say, okay, no, I got to go the other way because that's where it shows up on the paper because I didn't know my ABCs. But nobody knew that because I had a trunk with like $250,000 in the back. Come on, man. You know, this ain't nothing I'm bragging about. You know what I mean? Nothing I'm showcasing about. You know what I mean? And I've been on here too long, man, so I'm ready to just cut it because I'm getting frustrated, but I just want to give y'all some jewels to follow up. This is the part 3, the young Brazy joint. Now I'm giving a solution to how we need to do what we need to do. Tighten up, man. Tighten up and help me, man. Tighten up and help the youth. Help yourself. Help your neighborhood. Because bullets ain't got no name. So I don't want to get hit by a stray bullet with a youngin' trying to kill another youngin' to kill another youngin', but I'm standing on the corner. You understand what I'm saying? Wait for the light to change for my granddaughter, and God forbid something happen. Come on, man. Life is real. Life is real. Life is real. So we're going to stop all this. You know what I mean? And ain't none of us tougher than God because God created us. You know what I mean? So my suggestion to young Brazy and the young brothers down there, leave it in God's hands. Whatever you do, but at my age, my wisdom and my jewels to you is leave it in God's hands. God spared us for a reason. Leave it in God's hands. And that's where I'm going to tune out.
Yo, you know what time this is. Unique, the Harlem legend, the icon, the kingpin. Make sure y'all check out my YouTube channel at Unique Mecca Audio. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like my joints. Make sure you comment on the joints. And make sure you share this joint. Alright? Make sure you hit the notification button so you notified when the videos come in. You don't want to miss it. And make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend that Unique Mecca Audio got it going on. Alright? Hey, make sure you get this joint. It's bananas. A Roaring Harlem at roaringharlem.com. You ain't gonna find another better book. Yo, get this joint while supplies last, because I'm telling you, the best book you're gonna read, 5 stars, is crack.